About 2 years ago, my back pain started. It wasn't that bad, but then progressively throughout month after month, I kept on playing football. Just over time, keep lifting, it tore me down.
Joshua had pretty high aspirations, physical aspirations. He wanted to play college football, so naturally he was in the gym every day, lifting probably heavier weights than he should have. He couldn't do what he wanted to do, and that was naturally frustrating. So at that point, we had seen 3 orthopedic doctors. Everyone had essentially diagnosed him with a compressed disc. However, no one offered some solutions, any long-term solutions that would actually help him, given the aspirations that he had for himself personally, which were pretty physical, not just short-term, but long-term as well.
About 4 doctors to get the Dr. Siambanes. He sat us down, what's going on, just the pain, and he wanted to get an x-ray. He just said, compressed disc, we're like, okay. And he referred us to some physical therapy. And when time went on, we came back and nothing helped. So he's like, okay, let's restart. So then we went a different path to see what possible surgeries, what could we do now? Because I just need to get back into football, fix it as soon as we can. So that's when we found out about the surgery.
And he went out of his way to listen to our needs, and understand what his priorities were and what our priorities were as a family, and did what he was supposed to do. The diagnostic process was pretty thorough. He did something what's called a discogram, just to make sure that any pain that he was having was authentic, and that was sort of one of the last procedures before he actually decided he was going to do the surgery. Joshua had a spinal fusion of his L5-S1. They actually went through the front as opposed to the back, and it turned out to be a pretty successful surgery.
So the recovery from our surgery was 3 to 4 months, they said, for the bone to fully fuse. And I went back after 4 months, and he's like, fully fused, like there was no problems with it. He said it's really good looking for the actual bone to regrow. But once that happened, I was good to go, really. It was definitely physical therapy to help get it strengthened up again, but there's no breaking that surgery.
Dr. Siambanes' ability to listen to us and address our concerns in a kind of compassionate, proactive way, I think it's going to help us in the immediate future for sure, and long term as well. So I would recommend anyone to come see Dr. Siambanes, because at the end of the day, he actually helped and he met our goals and our expectations for healthcare.
It's very exciting that I can finally do what I want now. The senior season, I know I can play every game now as hard as I can, so I can do whatever I need now. So it's very exciting. Hopefully, in the future, everything goes well, college football, that's my goal. Even more than that, I definitely want to do some type of powerlifting, heavy weights. That's always what I wanted to do. But now that I have a new back, I can do whatever I want. I really appreciate what Dr. Siambanes did for me. Without that surgery, I would be nowhere now. So with him, future's looking good for me.